Hello guys, in this video we are going to discuss a very important topic, one of the most misunderstood and misinterpreted concept in sociology also, whether the sociologists are biased or not. In fact, you can connect this with your topic of objectivity and value neutrality. I've seen that many students often ask if sociology is studying poverty, caste, religion, family, gender equality, inequality, and all these, and it's not studying clouds or earthquakes or plate tectonics or atoms. What does that mean? Is sociology is biased or not? So because sociology is studying individuals, the human beings and the society, what natural science studies matter, which can be predicted, right? And this confusion emerged because naturally the students do not clearly understand the difference between what is value neutrality, what is objectivity, what is value relevance, and in fact majority of them actually don't know what is value also. So let's break it down, let's clarify this once and for all. The basic question is, see, let me begin with a simple question. Why sociologists are studying poverty or gender equality or caste discrimination or religious conflict or the ethnic conflicts or the family or the caste conflicts and all these? And why not the cloud formation, right? Why not the earthquake? Why not tsunami? Why not the chemical reaction? The answer is very simple, because the values are, guiding the topic selection, right? Because values guide will topic your topic selection also, and this is what we call as value relevance. So if you remember, when we had the discussion about this topic, I've told you, in fact, Weber accepted that the value can be there up till the time you select the topic, right? And after that, once you have selected the topic, whether I want to study family or all these math or all these things, once the topic selection is done, then you should remain value neutral and objectivity. So let me clarify this. What do you mean by value relevance is values will definitely guide the topic selection. What is value relevance? See, the idea of relevance, as I told you, it comes from Max Weber. And according to Weber, values decide what is worth studying, but values should not decide the conclusions. So, up till the time I select the topic, right, that I'm going to study, what I'm going to study, that selection of that topic can have your values, right? And then because your values will decide, is it worth studying or not, is it worth studying family, is it worth studying caste, that should be there, that's okay. But once you selected the topic, then it should, if suppose I've selected domestic violence, then your personal experiences and all should not be a part of it. So it should not decide the conclusion, but values will decide what is worth studying. So up till the time you select your topic, values are allowed. But once you choose the topic, then it should be value neutral. And this is extremely important. Now, I hope you understood what is value relevance means, right? So the social values will influence what topic are chosen for study. Simple. For example, poverty is studied because society consider it as a serious problem. So there is a social value involved in that. And that's the reason why I'm studying poverty. Gender inequality is studied because it concerns justice and dignity. Similarly, caste discrimination is studied because it affects equality and social harmony. So these topics are becoming so relevant because society considers them morally and socially significant. So this is what I mean by value relevance. So value means these beliefs that we carry in our mind, right? That's what values. So what do you mean by value relevance? I hope you got it. Now, value neutrality. When I talk about value relevance, there is no bias, right? So when I attach some value to some, some differences and, values like preferability or rejection, inferiority, superiority, then comes some problem with objectivity. That is what I want to discuss. So now, since you understood what is value relevance, I told you very clearly this is not bias. Let's understand what is bias and how it is affecting value neutrality or objectivity. Because value neutrality is the precondition for ensuring objectivity in sociology. Why did this bias come? You have your personal values, right? Your personal values influence your finding. That values come maybe from your area, from your village, from your society, from your family, from your religion, right? And because of that itself, your conclusions may be pre-decided. You have certain religious values, means if you're studying something based on religion, then that will affect that interpretation. So your data is interpreted selectively when that value is there. So Weber is very clear again, values may guide the question, but they must not determine the answer. Okay, now, if you talk about sociological research, research have different stages, and we have discussed this in the chapter 3, right? The research methodology. So, topic selection, then data collection, then analysis and interpretation. Like that, it will have different stages. So, till the time you select the topic, values are allowed. This is what value relevance. I selected this topic. This is value relevance. So, society decides what is important. Researchers respond to that importance. So, there are certain values which can be influenced upon your selection of topic, because you are just responding to what is important according to society. Poverty is important, gender discrimination is important, so we are going to study that. We have selected that. Now comes the second stage, data collection. Here onwards, values must be restrained, and scientific methods are used. Sometimes you use qualitative, sometimes you use quantitative. Qualitative have some issues, quantitative is mostly preferred, right? And then comes analysis and interpretation. Here, the sociologist must practice value neutrality at any cost. So you should not have any personal bias, personal political opinions should not be there, moral judgments should not be there, ideological learnings, all should be controlled. So we can summarize in this way: values choose the question, and science answers the question. The topic selection, up till that level, values are okay. But after that, it should be studied systematically, it should be studied scientifically, it should be studied objectively with proper value neutrality. Right. So, see, now again, let me clarify this distinction very clearly. So, the question is, what is value relevance? What is value neutrality? What is objectivity? Now, most important point that I want to tell you is the precondition for achieving objectivity in any research is value neutrality. So, values are the beliefs that you carry in your mind. You remain neutral to your values. Then, this is the precondition to ensure objectivity. If values are imposed on your research, that is not going to be objective, that's not going to be scientific, there are subjectivity in the research. So value neutrality is the precondition for the larger goal of ensuring and achieving objectivity. Value relevance, I've told you, that answers the question, what should we study? What is important for society? There are certain values. Based on that, we select the topic. So value relevance, right? What we should study. Value relevance is very much acceptable. Value neutrality actually answers that question. So value relevance, if you see, up till the time of selection of topic, it's okay. That's what you mean by value relevance. So how should we study it without letting our values interfere? That's what value neutrality. We have personal biases. It can come from various scenarios, from your family, from your society, from your religion, from your caste, right? So you should be neutral and free from those. Objectivity means that ensures that the scientific methods are used, like evidence, logic, verification, replicability, reliability. So value relevance, it's related to topic selection. It's accepted. Objectivity means use of scientific methods. And one of the precondition to ensure objectivity is value neutrality. So value neutrality is control of personal bias during the analysis. Now, let me answer the question we started off with. Why sociology or sociologist is not biased? See, of course, some critics argue that if values influence topic selection, then sociology is biased. But is that correct? See, in fact, sociology openly accept that it cannot be value free at the beginning, right? That's okay. Weber also discussed the same thing, but it must be value controlled during the investigation. And see, human beings studying human beings, something will come. It is not human beings studying matter, which is very much predictable, which is very much controllable, right? You boil water at 100 degrees Celsius, we know what is going to happen. You freeze the water at 0 degrees Celsius, you know what is going to happen. The outcome is predictable, right? Objectivity can be ensured 100%, but human beings, studying human beings, now it is slightly difficult. So what we need is value control during investigation. So the balance is what makes sociology still relevant, sociologist as objective and non-biased, and making sociology scientific and socially meaningful also. So sociology does not remove values completely. It disciplines them through different methods, and there are various scientific methods has been devised over a period of time. Weber have also discussed multiple methods, worst and ideal types, and all these you can incorporate in your answer. So this is a very sophisticated position. Now, if I want to still go deeper, right? that's again, if you want to write, see, Weber was writing in a time when sociology was trying to establish itself as a science, right? So at that time, these body of science, anything, if you connect it with science, then only society is accepting. Natural science do not choose topic based on moral importance, but social science cannot escape values, right? I told you the difference between natural science and social science. Society itself is value laden, right? Social problems emerge from the moral conflicts. It is not objective. And research funding, public debates, and state policies, all these are value driven. Now, because of that itself, do you think that complete value freedom is possible? Complete value freedom is not possible, but methodological control is possible. And this is what Weber's brilliance. So, absolute objectivity is neither desirable nor possible in sociology. This is how you have to write in the quotes towards the end. See, sociology is dealing with human beings who have human emotions, and which cannot be measured, and society itself is value laden. Social problems come from moral conflict. So absolute objectivity, it's not desirable also, nor it is possible as well, right? Now, what are the contemporary relevance? Even today, if you see, feminist sociology study patriarchy because gender justice is valued. So, topic of selection, it is because of value. Dalit studies focus on caste because, again, equality is valued. Environment sociology studies climate change because sustainability is valued. These are examples of value relevance, and these are not bias. Bias would be if the researcher manipulate the evidence to support an ideology. A feminist who's manipulating the data to support her own ideology, in that case it is biased, right? So guys, sociology becomes scientific not by removing values completely, but by controlling them through various methods. And different sociologists with time have given different methods and perspectives to make sociology more value neutral, and that's ultimately the core argument. So see, again, value relevance tell us what to study, objectivity tell us how to study using scientific methods and everything. Value neutrality ensure that your personal beliefs bias do not distort the finding. So values choose the question, science answers it. This is something which you can remember and you can reproduce. So this balance, right, that's what actually makes sociology both relevant and scientific. And that's why sociology is not biased, sociologist is also not biased, it is methodologically disciplined. So that's it, guys. So I'll see you in the next video with another topic of relevance.